speaking of that hat, I think I'm gonna put it on. My head's getting cold. This is the hat, and I'll talk about it a little bit more sometime in the future. But it is fantastic. I love this hat. It looks it looks maybe a little goofy, but oh my gosh, it keeps my face and my head shaded, and and not too hot. It kind of reflects the sun and such. But again, I'll talk about that a little bit more later. So this morning. Hey, greetings. It's been a minute or two. In fact, last time I recorded, I think my hair was a lot shorter. Anyway, I just wanted to point out that this hair of mine has turned pretty gray. But one time it was pretty red. In fact, I had quite the bright red afro in my college days. With red hair comes very fair skin. And over the years, I didn't always protect it as much as I should have. I recently have used the services of a dermatologist and learned a few things. One is that I am prone to skin cancer if I'm not careful. So I've had over the years a number of precancerous spots burned off with the liquid nitrogen treatment. It's not a big deal, and they go through it pretty fast. But I have had to have a couple of chunks of my head taken out. One was right up here. Anyway, and they've caught all that and things. It's just that I have to be careful. So anyway, when I was hiking the PCT in the desert section, I mentioned that I was going to be doing that to my dermatologist, and she gave me a few hints. Hey, one of the things that I learned was a little bit contrary. I always wore a ball cap like this whenever I was out hiking or outdoors doing things, and it's great for shading my eyes. As you can see, it's doing a pretty good job with that right now even. But what she said is that a lot of people, especially men, tend to get, if you'll notice where the sun's hitting me, right here on my temples, we tend to get a lot of sun damage. And sure enough, that I have a lot of spots that have had to be burned off over there. So she said, you need a hat that has a 3 or 4 inch length brim. And well, I used to go kayaking a lot, and at first it was with the ball cap. But then later on, I changed. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, well, this is the hat I got. I used to kayak in this a lot. It's a really very comfortable hat. Got it from REI. As you can see, it's got quite the brim on it all the way around. And you can see my temples are shaded. In fact, the whole top half of my face is shaded. And this is pretty good. In fact, when I was watching some of the YouTubes of hikers that were through hiking the Pacific Crest Trail early on, one of them I watched was Captain Dan. He wore this very same hat on his trip, or at least one similar to it. So I thought, hey, I'm set. The one problem is when I went backpacking, my pack would, when I'd look up, the back of it would hit against my pack and then push up off my face a little bit. And it wasn't very comfortable because it kind of limited my vision of what was going on around me. So I thought, oh, there's got to be a better plan. So let me show you what I tried out next. Okay, here's the next hat. Got this from I think it's called Sunday Afternoons or something like that. Anyway, it's a pretty nice hat. It got on sale, but it definitely shades my neck, as you can see. And this whole flap thing comes off if you want and just have the ball cap. But then again, that kind of defeats the purpose. But then look what happens over there in my temples. Yeah, it's still showing. Plus, let me try it. I'll walk along a little bit and show you what happens with the cape, so to speak. It doesn't take much until it flaps along, and then you lose out on the shade that you are trying to get on your face. So anyway, I thought, well, this might be a solution, but maybe not the right solution. So let me show you what I ended up hiking with and tell you a little bit about it. Okay, this is another hat by Sunday Afternoons. Let's see if I got it all out here. Yes, I do. And you can see it's kind of got a very large rim, but it only goes about halfway around. And then on the back, I don't know if you can see that, but it's has this kind of a cape type of thing that goes along the back that's attached. Anyway, this hat turned out to be perfect. I hiked all the 210 miles that I was able to hike on the southern part of the Pacific Crest Trail with this hat, and it really turned into being what I thought was the best solution for me. It folds up pretty nice. It is a light color, so it reflects the heat, not quite as hot. It's got some, ventilation on the sides. There's a way to put your sunglasses in there, and you can, well, I don't know if you can see that. You can adjust it right here, so it fits pretty well. Very comfortable. There were times when this would blow, the cape would blow, would blow up a little bit. It's windy. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been blown off the trail even a couple times. There's my shadow, the hat flapping in the wind. And that was okay, because it was very infrequently that it would do that. Most of the time it was sitting just like you see it on me right now, and it gave me some pretty good shade. Temple shaded. The problem with my backpack hitting the brim of the back of a hat was solved, and it's lightweight. It was fairly cool. I had good peripheral vision. Oh, that reminds me, I do like a hoodie sun shirt, but not for the reasons you might think of. For me, it's important to have my peripheral vision and to stay cool at the same time. Now, a sun hoodie, the fabric is great. This is one I was wearing on the trip, and it's lightweight. It wicks moisture. This was a light color again, so that it reflected the sun. So yes, I like the sun hoodie, but well, let me show you something. Just a moment. Okay, here's what a lot of the PCT thru hikers do: is they'll have a sun hoodie with a ball cap underneath, and the idea is it keeps the sun off of you pretty well, and you can see it does a fairly decent job of that. However, there's a couple of things I don't like, at least for myself, and that was one, this part of the hood, it just gets rid of some of your peripheral vision, so you lose that. And another big part is that having those extra layers on your head, which is a natural heat sink, it kind of insulates it, and it's actually a lot warmer this way than to have the hat like I ended up using. Again, that hat was by Sunday Afternoons. I think it's called the Ultra Adventure or something like that. Anyway, that's why I don't like using the hoodie portion of it for sunshade. However, it is pretty warm, and I would use it on a cold day, or even when I'm sleeping at night, I could pull that up over my head and just add a little extra warmth, and it was quite good. So here we are again with my hat of preference, and I think this was for me at least, it was the perfect setup: a sun hoodie, and then this Sunday Afternoons adventure hat, or ultra adventure hat. And I know it looks a little goofy, and I felt that at first, but it didn't take long until I was very proud of my hat. It does exactly what I needed, and I just really didn't have to put near as much suntan lotion on as most people, especially that were using just the ball cap. Anyway, I hope that helps, a little bit of my opinions out there about how to protect yourself from the sun, and that's the main thing. It's really important to do that. It can it makes a big difference, especially as you're older. You don't want to get skin cancer from the sun, from a lifetime of being outdoors. Being outdoors is great, but too much sun is too much. Anyways, that's my take.